Welcome to another Yostbuilt video. Tonight, I'm coming from you from the comfort of my living room. So, this video is going to be an update on the VACA. I've literally finally got all my parts in, and I also got Goofy Built shirt. I got the Curse shirt from PFI. Finally got those shipped in, and I sent them out a surprise. So soon in one of their videos, you might see the version 1 Yostbuilt shirts. They're back in stock. We have a few of them. We have a few sizes left. But let's get right into what's going on with the VACA, where I've been, and basically what's happening. So, first off, about, I don't know if I really mentioned it in the video or not, about 2 months ago, we were at a grand opening for one of my friend's tattoo parlors, and I got hit in the leg with a firework, and I was out of work for about 4 or 5 weeks. It actually put a decent size hole in my leg. The doctors wouldn't let me go back to work. I was actually limping for 2 or 3 weeks, so that's where there was a large gap in the videos. Well, Lou wants to be in the video. So while that happened, you know, I didn't really work on the cars or anything. I wasn't able to work on the cars. You know, of course, we dynoed the VACA with the Delta 272s. We swapped the head for the stock head, or the uncut head, with the Delta, or with the Crowder 404s. Then we dynoed it again. It made the exact same power. We took the nitrous off, or we lowered the nitrous from a 165 shot to a 100 shot. Made 260 wheel horsepower. You know, that was when we were aiming for the budget build. So now that the Honda Build Challenge is completely gone, there's no budget build happening. I actually kind of balled out on the VACA, and I bought a couple of parts. I'm going to show you all of them in the video today, and then I'm also going to review the clutch, because off camera I've been porting the head for the VACA. I actually pulled the motor out, I took the trans out, I took it all apart, and I have everything actually outside degreasing it right now. So I'm going to show you all of that as well. So first thing is, the VACA is going to get lighter. I actually pulled the factory fuel tank out. This whole time that we've been dynoing has been on a factory fuel pump, factory tank, and I've never modified anything. The only thing, like I said, it was going for the budget build. So I never modified anything. I didn't even relay the fuel pump, and I even have the relay. So on the next setup, which is going to be, I would say, version 3, things are going to get a little out of hand. I was kind of about making this video, because I know I'm going to get a lot of bad reactions or whatever. Doesn't really bother me. I'm used to it. So let's get right into it. The first thing we are upgrading, which everyone has told me to do, we're actually putting forged rods in the motor. So these are Scat manufactured forged rods for a B20. These will be good so that I can spray the 200 shot I want to. But these will also be good on the motor so that I don't have to worry about snapping a rod when I'm revving the motor high. Also, we got the go-to Napon pistons. These are the B20 VTEC with a, I believe, B16 head. They are 13.8 to 1 compression. So, you see right there, nice big dome, nice back reliefs for the big camshafts. The biggest factor in this whole thing was the camshafts. So, a non-VTEC motor, there isn't very many options for cams. So literally all you have is Crowder or Delta regrinds. Rocket Motorsports does make a set of cams for it, but their specs are very similar to the Crowder specs. So you would basically be spending the money and getting pretty much the similar cam. So it's not really worth the extra $200 a set. The Crowders are about $400 a set, where the Rocket Motorsports are about $600 a set. So, first thing we're changing, pistons and rods. We're going to have a forged rod in the motor, or a steel rod, and then we're going to have a 13 to 1 compression piston. Second thing, as I mentioned, we removed the gas tank. We are going to change some things up. We are going to have a front 2-gallon fuel cell in the front fender with this big boy Walden pump, built-in filter. The fuel setup total length will probably be maybe 4 feet of fuel line altogether. It'll all be AN. It'll all be right in the front fender, so all the weight will be in the front of the car. I removed the factory gas tank. It weighed somewhere around 35 pounds, so that's another almost 40 pounds off the back of the car. Whereas, you know, that's what we've been trying to accomplish with the VACA, was getting all the weight off the car. And we finally received, I don't know if the camera will zoom into it. There it goes. Crower 405s. So these are the camshafts I've been speaking about. They were on back order. The Summit Racing and Jegs, I contacted both of them to get camshafts. And the largest camshaft that is not on back order or has to be custom made from stock is 445 a lift with like 200 and I think 40 something duration. This is the actual cam card, which very few people have seen. 478 lift with 280 degrees of duration. If you guys don't know much about cams, Google that. Those are basically VTEC Pro 1 cams size specs in a non-VTEC motor. I also purchased dual valve springs from SuperTech, the shims and everything to make them properly work in the head. And then we're also upgrading the header, the clutch, and the intake. So what we're going with, see if I can fit this all in the video here. This is a 75mm throttle body, or 76mm throttle body, which is 3-inch. And then we were gonna run, I had to buy the couplers too, a 3.5-inch intake pipe, no more, just a silicone coupler, and then a 4-inch velocity stack that runs out to an 11-inch velocity stack. And this will be out past the headlight. I actually have another piece of pipe like this. It came off of a Jeep. It's 3.5-inch aluminum, nice and solid. So the old setup for the VACA was literally a 68mm throttle body, unported intake manifold. It was just cleaned up around the edges so that it matched the head. And then the custom made header I made. Well, that header I made was based off of a DC Sport B-Series header, and I just chopped the center out of it, and then I made you know, the bottom and made the hood exit. So the problem with that is that DC header was really small on the head flange. So I ported it out, but literally as soon as it gets away from where I ported it, it's an instant 90-degree turn, and then it's really small. That's really bad for airflow. So what I purchased, in the H series world, we call these high-end headers. This beautiful header right here is a 4, 2, 1, and then to go with this, you can see how crazy those ports are. Look at that compared to my head. That is huge. So on the bottom of this, we also got a full stainless steel 2.5 to 3-inch megaphone. So this, I don't know if I can get this whole thing in the video, is gonna look like this. So that covers our pistons, our rods, our cams, our intake setup. I will still be using the victorx Edelbrock. I'm just gonna port it out to 76mm. I'm gonna clean up a little bit of the chambers in there, or a little bit of the plenum. It's still gonna have direct port nitrous on it, but the big thing is the clutch. So I ordered a stage 5. In the old video, I believed, or I thought that I ordered a stage 5, but I actually ordered a stage 3 XTD. I will make another video doing a little review of the XTD stage 3 in the future, but in this video I'll actually talk about this. So being that I have a 91 Integra, I ordered a clutch for a 91 Integra. I came to find out that I ordered the wrong clutch because the transmission I have is a YS1 92 transmission, which the 92 transmission, the clutch is similar and works on all the other Hondas after that. So it's like a small spline versus a big spline. So when I ordered the Stage 5, on accident I ordered it for a 91, which if I would have just went back on eBay and looked at the first one I originally ordered, I actually did the research and figured out that I was a 92, I ordered the right clutch. The second time around, I ordered the wrong clutch. So then I had to call them back up, have them send me out the right clutch disc, and I paid for it. My mistake, not theirs. So now I have 2 clutch discs. One doesn't fit, one does. But the new clutch is a 6-puck, unsprung, solid disc, Stage 5 pressure plate. So this thing is going to be aggressive. We do also plan on doing a field test. So everybody has told me that these non-VTEC motors do not make power on motor. The only 2 or 3 people I've ever seen break 200 wheel was either on M5, M1, or nitro meth. Well, with my fuel setup, the way I'm going to set it up, we're going to be able to test all of these fuels. So I literally want to go from pump 93 to M1, M5, 110, Q16, nitro meth, and test everything. I just want to do it, show, you know, on a simple, with these pistons and the cut head, my setup should be 12.5, maybe 13 to 1, if not a VTEC head, so the chamber is a lot bigger on the head. So this is all the parts I have. This is what we've been waiting on. Like I said, hit me up on the DM, the Yostbuilt Facebook page if you want to get a t-shirt. They're 20 bucks. I haven't been charging people for shipping, which I found out that's rather expensive. The shipping is like $5, $6 a shirt if you go through the postal service, and which I don't care. I'll take the cost of that if I'm going to ship you out a shirt, or if you're going to come pick it up personally. But let's get to the block and the transmission, which are outside soaking right now, and I'll show you a little bit of the head. So this is the P8R head that was on the original dyno video with the 272 cams. This is the other P8R head that I have that has valve springs and retainers in it. That was on the head, or on the VACA, when I had the Crowder 404s. This head is only cut 20 thousandths. This head is cut 40 thousandths. If you guys can do the simple math, that means it gives you about a quarter point of compression more. So yes, we were comparing the cams. It did have a little more compression with this head, but it made a lot more mid-range. So like I said, that kind of tells me these motors like the compression, which all motors like compression. So what did we purchase? We purchased a set of SuperTech dual valve springs for a non-VTEC LS. These valve springs are beautiful. These OEMs, not so much. If you notice that these are 2 different heights, and these are all the same heights. So when you order them, you have to order spring seats. The spring seat is basically this. This is your one for your dual valve spring. This is your factory. If you look at this little edge right here, that one's super thin. That one's meaty. So you literally have to pull the whole head apart, take the valve seat seals off, the valve stem seals off, and you got to pull all of these factory ones out because there's no place right here for the dual valve spring to set properly. If you put this on here, you see, let's see if I can get it on camera, stand this up, you see that there's a gap right here because it's not recessed for the dual valve spring. So you can't use the OEM lower spring seats with the SuperTech valve springs. So boom, you order these. These bad boys come specially made to put these valve springs in a non-VTEC head. This head already has it. This is the head I've been porting. So if you see the ports, I don't know how well you're going to see it in the video because I don't want to knock any of this stuff over, but I've cleaned up all the bowls on the intake and exhaust side. I didn't really port this out too much. It's basically just cleaned up and smoothed out. So today I just got my valve stem seals in, so I can actually start reassembling this head. That will not be in this video. I'll do a whole nother video on it. I also acquired an AEM rail with a regulator, so when we put the fuel cell and everything, we can see what kind of pressure we have. AN fitting, like I said, everything will be AN. There's our ARP head stud box. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for the update on the VACA, what's going on, where I've been, and our goals. So, leave down in the comments below what you think about the rods, what you think about the pistons, what you think about the header, the intake, throttle body, clutch, everything. Let me know. Let me know if you think it'll make 200 wheel on pump gas or E85. Let me know if you think the car will run 1150s pretty easily. I still do have my 22s, and I still do have the nitrous kit. So we can kind of make the power wherever we want. The only limitation we're going to have from now on will be splitting the block, which is very common on B20s. Everyone says they have very thin sleeves. I've yet to break the block, and I put a 165 shot through it, so not really too concerned about it at this point. The car, I want to build it for the 1150 class. That's just what I want to do. I love bracket racing. I love drag racing. You guys know I get really into driving, and I enjoy it. I have purchased another GoPro, so now when we go to the track, we should have 3 GoPro angles. I do still have my Canon with my stand, and that's what I'm actually shooting on right now. So we have that for somebody to shoot good footage on when I'm doing stuff like this and talking to myself. It makes it wonderful because I can see myself on the screen. Let me know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the update. And as always, you guys are the best. Thanks for the 2,000 subscribers. And I hope to see you at 3,000. I hope to see you at 4,000. I hope to see you at more. Until the next one.